Stay with us, Donnie.
Donnie screamed and hollered all the way up that mountain.
Rescue units with McDowell County Ambulance Authority arrived within a half hour of Donnie's accident.
We met them about halfway between the fall site and the school. I was tremendously relieved to see the paramedics.
Battalion Chief Douglas Klein took charge at the scene.
I was really surprised that they did have him on a backboard. I went ahead and grabbed his head to hold his neck still.
McDowell Control Medic 16 on scene. Trauma Alert 1, Scramble Health Net.
He was in very critical condition, and things were starting to become a little fuzzy to him.
Okay, guys, we got a large fall here. Compound fractures. Let's get the mask on C-spine first. He's got bleeding, direct pressure with pressure points.
We put on an anti-shock trouser suit to help control the bleeding. The fractures were the worst that I've ever seen in 11 years of service. It frightened me that with the wrong move or the wrong touch, we could actually pull his foot off of his leg.
Okay, shoe coming off. Really easy. Shoe all the way.
Guys, we about ready to get him out of here as soon as we can get him strapped down, okay?
We were fighting against time because we were a mile or so back into the woods.
Let's go. Keep it up. Hey, Donnie, how you doing, man?
It was a long, slow process because we had to keep from moving the patient around as much as possible.
A Health Net helicopter landed at the high school and waited for them. Donnie's father, Raymond Trent, had been notified that his son had been in an accident.
I figured it was the broken leg or something, but I saw the paramedics. They were just covered with blood. I knew it was bad then when I saw them.
Okay, you're going to be out there helicopter. All right, drop the cot on 3. 1, 2, 3.
I went around and got in the front door and sat down beside of him. And at that point was when I really seen the condition that Donnie was in. I didn't see how he was even alive at that point. Every time he'd hit a little bump in the ambulance, he'd holler, oh God, it hurts.
Be okay.
I told him I was there. I said, honey, Daddy's here. Reached down and kissed him. He told me, he said, Dad, if I don't make it, he said, I love you. He said, you tell them all that I love you. Tore the inside of me out. That's the hardest thing I ever went through in my life. All I could think of was Donnie and what I was going to tell his mother. All I could think of was tell her the truth, prepare her.
And I said, no way will he die. I said, it just can't happen. And my husband would say, but honey, you didn't see him. Honey, you didn't see him.
Donnie was airlifted to the trauma unit at Charleston Area Medical Center 70 miles away, where he was examined by orthopedic surgeon Michael Fiddler.
We'll try not to hurt you anymore, okay? The broken bones were lying open in the air, and there was a lot of dirt and debris ground into these injured bones. We're going to have to check that head out. It looks like you might have something going on there. He had suffered a head injury that caused actually a small blood clot on the brain.
He's got some altered state.
Surgery for Donnie had its increased risks because of his head injury. His feet are cold. But this was a risk that had to be taken because there was no doubt that he would lose both of his feet, certainly, if we did not proceed with haste.
It took Donnie's parents 2.5 hours to drive to the hospital.
Hi, I'm Dr. Fiddler.
Dr. Fiddler said he's still alive. He told us that if Donnie lives, he said, I want him to be able to walk. But if I want to save his feet, he says, I've got to do it now. He says, I can't wait 1 minute.
I simply had to tell them that we would do the best we could, but that the outcome was certainly uncertain. It's a little unsure how things are going to go tonight, right this minute. But
I had to see my son. I felt like I had to see him because As bad as they had told me that he was, he might not make it through surgery. And one more time, I wanted to put my arms around him, and I wanted to tell him how much that I loved him. But they had already moved him, and I did not get to see my son before he went into the operating room.
Since the accident, Donnie Trent has almost completely recovered.
Today, to look at my son and see him walk down the road, it is a miracle. He's doing things that I never a year ago thought that he would ever be able to do.
And, you know, it's the happiest thing in my life and my wife's life, because we absolutely thought he was going to die.
Well, I'm lucky to live through it, being that far a fall. The paramedics are responsible, and the trauma unit, and Mr. Evans. I thank them. I mean, they saved my life, you know. That's a lot.
Knowing he's alive and okay makes me feel great. I know it keeps me away from swinging on grapevines or anything stupid.
Ricky calmed me down the most, you know. He'd sit there and he'd talk to me. He's a good fella.
All I can say is we were friends. Friends down around here stick together, especially in an instant like that.
Get off of